Hello students, this is our first homework session and I want to talk to you about how to do the homework for this class. Here you can see that we're in the student preview mode for our course. So what I see is what you'll see. The first thing we'll do is head over to homework. Click on that. And wait for it to go to, there we go. I'll go ahead and move this to full screen. I'll make it easy to focus. So we're at week 1, January 27th. You can see here there's a list of things that we need to do. Some of them are marked folder, some aren't marked at all, and others are marked reading. That's because some of them are folders, some of them are individual exercises, and some of them are readings. The very first thing you see up here is our class notes. It's a PDF. You can go back and take a look at that and see what we did in class. The folder, Introduction to Course Materials, is a set of materials that will help you understand how this course works, how online education works, and how you should proceed through this course. So take a look at the syllabus. That's a folder. And you can see here's a link to the syllabus and then a syllabus quiz. After a few tries of going back and forth between the syllabus and the syllabus quiz, you should be able to get 100% on the syllabus quiz. Do it, try it, and answer your questions. This is a folder that talks about the netiquette and technical requirements for this course. We talked about what netiquette is. This will review it, and then there's a quiz here that assesses how well you understand those requirements. Again, take it again if you don't get 100%, because I don't want you to miss anything during the course. You can see I'm using the breadcrumbs up here to go back and forth because it's much easier than switching views. Plagiarism. You want to avoid plagiarism, especially in a writing class. Plagiarism is not a crime, but it does violate an agreement between the student and the instructor. And that's that you should do your own work, and your work should be original. Now, as I said in class, you can actually plagiarize yourself. Try not to do that. So what you write this semester should be original for this semester. If you've already taken this course before and submitted some of these assignments before, then go back and rethink them. Try to answer them more deeply and do a better job. Again, here's the plagiarism tutorial, and right here is your anti-plagiarism agreement. If you click on that, it will open up as a document file, and you can bring that to class on Thursday. We're going to go back to the introduction to the course module. So here's the last two parts of this module are, am I ready to study English? And am I ready to study in English self-assessment? So just take a look at this and assess how ready you are to take this course. I'm hoping everybody says, great, I'm ready. And we don't have any problems being ready to study in English. College level study is more difficult than high school, and it can be more difficult than working in the workplace. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's go back here to homework and take a look at some of the other exercises. So when we go in, we see the class notes, we see the folder introduction to course module. Here's the syllabus summary. Here you'll be able to click on these two items. One of them is the syllabus and one of them is the summary form. When you open up the summary form, I really don't want you to change anything. Just keep this document the way it is and add the material from the syllabus that you think is important. Let's open something else first. So, read word not responding. There we go. Now it's responding. So it's going to open up this Word document. This is the form I want you to use. And you can see it's blank. Remember, the first thing to do when you try to add something is to enable editing. Otherwise, you won't be able to change anything in the syllabus. So, in the syllabus summary. So, open the syllabus as well, and then you can modify this syllabus summary. Let's go back to our course and take a look at it. Okay. The rest of these things, I'm going to go quickly through here. The first is the discussion board post. The second are two folders. One of them is the subject verb agreement grammar assessment, and one is the adjective clauses grammar assessment. Okay, we'll take a look at one of these in more detail in a second. The last two are readings, the Brezhna Musazi reading and What Instructors Love in a Student reading. I want you to complete both of these readings before you come to class on Thursday. So when you come to class on Thursday, everybody should have read these two articles, okay? Now, let's take a look at the discussion board posts, because these are usually 2-week assignments. And it's pretty clear once you look at the assignment why it's 2 weeks long. The first thing, see, there's nothing here, right? The first thing that you need to do when you look at these posts is go back here we go, and look at what you're supposed to do. You have to post an answer to these prompts here, okay? So your part one, your post. You're gonna look at this video, you're gonna read the article, and you're gonna reply to these prompts, okay? That's it. That has to be done by the second. The second thing is replying to your classmates. So when you reply, you're gonna look at two of your classmates' responses, their posts, and you're gonna think about what they've written, what you've read, what you understand about education, and you need to reply. You do not reply by saying, oh, that's great, or oh, I agree, or oh, you're so smart. This is an academic class. You need to think about what they've said about education and reply to it with your insights into the education process, based on the readings that we have right here, okay? This is always going to be the case. Now, the more interesting thing here is if I click on this, I have to create a thread, okay? So when I create this thread, I have the description right here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, watch these and watch this video and read this article. Write your post, blah, 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 blah. And you do that down here, and you can call it whatever you want. My post. There we go. Since I am using Firefox, I can actually have it check the spelling inside this box. Other browsers may not let you do that. You can always check the spelling by turning this on and off in your message. If you have a file you want to attach, don't. This is discussion board. Really, everything you write should be written in this text box. It should be presented there so that people can see what you've written and respond more immediately. Once you're done, you can submit by pressing this button down here. If you're not ready to submit it because you want to do more work, you can always save the draft, okay? So that's how you do discussion boards. Let's go take a look at one of the next items, the grammar practice and assessment. There's two parts to this. There's practice and there's assessment. So these folders contain not only the grammar assessment, but also much of the information you need to answer the questions. Now, this assumes that you don't understand the subject already. So here, there's a quick video about subject-verb agreement. If you want to watch it, go ahead. If you just want to do the practice, then go ahead and do that. When you're finally ready, the subject-verb agreement assessment is right here. So the last thing in all of these folders for the grammar practice and assessment is the assessment itself. That's the last thing you should do. I can try this right here. It's just a practice. It's not going to change my grade, right? I can go in here and I can look at what information is here. Okay, there's a quiz. I can take this quiz. This quiz will not show up. Ah! Right. Let's go back a page. Apparently there was a, how about this one? Yeah, that's better. Right, so this quiz isn't going to show up at all on my Blackboard site. So I don't have anything to worry about. Oh, let's go back here. This quiz will show up, and it's going to show up in my grade book. So that's your homework for right now. After our class on Thursday, I'll assign some more homework. One of the things that's going to stay here is the discussion board, as well as the grammar quizzes, because those need to be done over time. But for the moment, let's get started on our introduction to the course module and summarizing our syllabus. That's just a one-page document. And then completing these 2 readings. That's it. I look forward to seeing all of your work, and I will see you on Thursday in class. This is Chester signing out.